So I don't know for sure, but it sure looks to me, and I didn't say anything sooner. Remember, I'm an assassin. I have to throw daggers at everybody. I have to defend the predators and go after the innocent, so nobody knows what the hell I'm thinking. But what I'm actually gonna, who I consider assets and who I consider liabilities. But I can tell you most of the people at Safe Harbor and most of now Kevin Pounds and his shills over at Champlain Inn, they were jackasses. They got off on what they were doing. They were mouthy motherfuckers. And they were all too happy to have Bill Kinnear, give Bill Kinnear and Stephanie and Daryl Galloway and vet Mike a bed and have them fuck with me. That's why I didn't take your offer to go to Champlain Inn, Mr. Dragon. Now, if you're already cooperating with Sarah George and the mayor, that's one thing, but I doubt it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be making policy out at the hospital that as soon as I get out there and want to use the warming center, oh, you have to register to see a doctor. That means it's not a warming center, jackass. And telling economic services, whoever's on call to get a hotel room, that domestic violence is treated no different. Somebody's making you make those policies. Now, if there's elected officials like Peter Welch, but Virginia, here's my thing. I think the Weinbergers who worked with the Goldwaters, a.k.a. Virginia G. Piper, both high-ranking military, came in here and infiltrated, and he set up a corrupt police department. And and then she runs DHS, and we know DOJ's been corrupt. You either went along with these, and plus with the UVM being licensed and contracted with New York Medicaid and Cuomo corrupted, you either went along with the shit or you lost your family, you lost your job, lost your career. And then for going along with it, they give you promotions. And of course and Peter Welch is probably involved too. Now, Peter Welch, if somebody threatened you, if somebody got compromised on you, you're a victim too. It don't matter what schemes and scams you had going on prior to me getting here. Once they came in here and threatened you and said, you're either, and that goes for Chad Cronin too, because remember, Chad Cronin was a cop with Val Demings and Mayor Demings. And he worked for the DNC and DOJ and was a state prosecutor whom Pam Bondi's trying to cover for. That means you got the entire weight of the presidency on threatening you, Mr. Dragon. Besides DHS and ICE, which the whole world can see is corrupt. We knew DHS, which runs Secret Service. We saw how corrupt they were during Butlergate. We're seeing how they're mishandling Charlie Kirk. We're watching how we're still mishandling the Epstein files. But my point is, Chad's father is a Republican hospital board member involved in scams with convicted fraudster Rick Scott, and who's a Navy veteran, and DeSantis, who's Navy JAG attorney. And we know your attorney's a piece of shit. You count on your lawyer to tell you what to do. If your lawyer's advising you to commit crimes and kill people, that's ineffective counsel. That means any crimes you committed prior or up till now, nobody can touch you for, because it all falls under Brady violations. But from this point on, you've got to come forward and report your lawyer. You've got to tell on Weinberger. You've got to tell on Virginia Piper, but she may not even be going by the name Virginia Piper. She's a fucking spoke. She went by Carol McCain when John McCain was a POW, and he wasn't even really a POW the way other people were POWs. He got special treatment, 5-star meals, hookers all day, foreign hookers, but whatever. The damn Navy psychiatrist said this is the most narcissistic, self-serving son of a bitch. He's not only not being mistreated, he's narcissistic. He's not. Basically, they were making sure he wasn't being mistreated, and the psychiatrist called him a narcissistic abuser. Anyway, he wasn't a POW, but my point is, she went by Carol McCain. Her goddamn Wikipedia, the Wikipedia crap for Barry Goldwater calls her Peggy. Her name's Virginia. And she has the Virginia G. Piper Cancer Treatment Center on her health. And she's a supervisor at Homeland Security. And we're watching what Kristi Noem's doing. We're watching what Kash Patel and Bouvet and Beauvais and Todd Blanche. You're definitely between you. And it didn't start there. It wasn't any better under Biden. In fact, they infiltrated this tiny little community and they've had you all there threatening your... They've killed 3 people and forced you to do it. They forced you probably... they probably had all kinds of corrupt people were hired on at UVM because I read some of the resumes. Some of those people are from University of Arizona. Or was it ASU? University of Missouri. Who's texting me? I don't know who it is. And then they're making maybe they made you hire Dr. Lincoln, or maybe they threatened Dr. Lincoln. But you've got to come clean. I don't know about Ranger Preston. Did the police threaten him, or is he an actual corrupt shill that Weinberger hired because he's a corrupt shill? You've got to help us sort this shit out. And you're an oversight official. But if your family's threatened, if they threatened you with any type of prosecution, if your lawyers are corrupt and advising you to commit crimes, you get to start over from a clean slate. But you've got to notify Sarah George or the mayor or Governor Hochul or shit, send them all a fucking email. Or the state police or whoever. But this ain't going to go your way. I'm all too happy to help you cure cancer and eradicate rabies and whatever else. What are you doing back already? I thought you were going to work.
I was, but basically only one manager knows how to check in vendors, and they weren't available, so I was like, I called up the buzz.
Anyway, I'll have to finish this later.